Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Soul Garden.
Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. My name is Christopher Rayman Witecki, and I'm your soul biographer, here to translate what's going on up in the outerverse down into figuring out your innerverse. And I'm so grateful to be back. Once again, I have been off the air. I'll explain in just a minute. First, a couple announcements. One, I'm doing a webcam workshop at the end of the month and the beginning of April called Jumpstart the Heart. This is in response to many of my clients who are telling me that they're having a hard time finding love, or they're having a hard time really feeling their heart, or they're having a difficult time figuring out what they should do or what they really want. This is a disconnection to your heart, my friend. Come Jumpstart the Heart for just $33.95. This is a class one-on-one with me, actually 1-on-8, and we're going to get in a 90-minute period some basic fundamentals to returning to your heart and restoring faith in your inner child. So check it out. Also, if you buy a 1-hour reading with me right now, you will get a free Secrets of Birthday video emailed to you before the reading. And I got to say, I'm loving the way this is working because people come to the reading now with questions and they're informed. This is a 20-minute video you get for free, which is based on your chart, and then you get the reading. So come on down to soulmart.me. That's where this is all sold. And by the way, soulmart.me is a nonprofit co-op. We're developing it into a nonprofit co-op. So when you are investing in Soulmart, you're investing in the ability for other practitioners to come out as well. We put all of our money back into promoting our kind, if you will. So that said, we're in a very difficult time. The sun is in Pisces. The universe is investing an incredible amount of psychic energy in the Pisces vibration. It really is that cliche of let go and let God. I myself found myself on my back in the hospital again. I want to say thank you to every person that sent well wishes and spirit and prayer. I did really feel it, and I bounced back. And it just goes to show you we are all human, and that's really kind of what we're being forced to face right now, is our humanity, our own compassion for ourselves. And we're also having to stand up for those new emotional boundaries we work so hard on. So without further ado, let's take the Ascension elevator and dive deep into you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. During a Mercury retrograde, the up button will go down and the down button will go up on the Ascension elevator. Please remain seated until I've turned off the no floating sign. And as always, thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my soul healers, and welcome to 33,000 feet, where we're going to get a bird's eye view of you, Virgo risings. And if you bought a Lightcast report card, we call you a soul analyst, because that's basically what Virgos do. They heal things by analyzing them to the point of analyzing what's of integrity, what's not of integrity, and trying to get it back to integrity. But right now, Virgos are not feeling of good integrity with themselves. We're in the sun in Pisces, and the universe is putting a tremendous amount of pressure on what we call the me-ridge. Also, this is the part of you that deals with marriages and long-term partnerships and what you will tolerate in long-term partnerships. So we're in chapter 3 of Sun in Pisces, and this is the give and receive part of the soul. Now, the very beginning of this consciousness is your me-ridge, how you relate to yourself. And believe it or not, the way you treat yourself is exactly the way the world will end up treating you, no matter how good you treat the world. So this is about balance, fairness, relations. Then we move into judgment, weighing, and partiality. And now we're moving into the harmony, trying to find a peaceful marriage, making bliss, being able to be in bliss with yourself, with the world, and everything. That's really what the goal is. And Virgos really need it because they're so anal retentive in other parts of their life. Their relationships have got to be smooth and chill. There are a lot of planets focusing on this. Look at this. Neptune, which is intuition, Mercury retrograde, Chiron, your home planet to heal, Venus to give and receive, the Sun to love, and Mars to act on it. And that fast planet is the Moon that zips through this area this week. So at the bottom half, those planets at the bottom are helping you to heal the me-ridge. The planets in the middle are helping you to learn how to be balanced and weigh things correctly. And the planets approaching the top are working now on marriages and long-term harmony aspects. So a lot going on. The universe is heavily invested in Virgos and Virgo risings getting along with people. All right. Now, another story going on is Pluto. Pluto is moving up to step 11 this week, and that means it's time to approach your inner child in a new way. You are here to have your dreams come true, and that's part of this new shifting going on in your relationships. It's so that you can have your inner child have its bliss. You're going to be taking the beginning steps this week of standing in integrity with yourself and asking the universe for that bliss, and that's part of getting your relationships in order. Then there's Saturn in Scorpio, which is saying to Virgos, you have got to think differently if you're going to do anything differently. Okay? If you're an analysis, and if what you do is analyze everything, then the way you think is going to be a bottleneck to your potential to change. Well, Saturn is now retrograde, so the universe is not going to point out any new mind games, but the universe is also not going to stop any old ones. It's up to you to stand up and keep yourself from falling down the old mental paths, and that's one of the parts of the stories going on for Virgos and Virgos risings as well. So let's take a look at the 7-day moodcast and the 7-day play-by-play, day-by-day, up in outer space. All right, and as always, we have our timeline at the bottom, and we start with Sunday. Ooh, freezing up there. Cloudy chance of love issues on Sunday. That's because the moon is in prep for a Lightcast Love Fest day, and so your mirage comes to surface on Sunday. You might be feeling a little bit sensitive or vulnerable with thyself. This is also a time to connect, and with the moon crossing Neptune, the universe is saying, what is really important? How should you really treat yourself? And of course, compassion and empathy for yourself is a big part of the equation here. You definitely want to be compassionate to thyself. So on Sunday, if you're not feeling good, don't worry. It's going to pass. It's really about learning how to be good to you. Then on Monday, it is Love Fest Day and Lightcast Day, and it's a cloudy day. The moon is putting highlight again now on marriages. It's progressed to that fairness, harmony. Well, actually, it's progressed right on the cusp of your ability to judge correctly and the part of your consciousness that wants harmony. So you are light casting harmony. And on the way there, you will love fest. In other words, the universe will allow you to kind of clear yourself and restore balance in order to your mirage, restore balance in order to your partnerships in life, and that's before you light cast. But let's take a closer look at the planets involved with this. Like I said, there's a party going on in Pisces. Neptune, which is intuition. Mercury, which is analysis. That's the planet that does the analysis. Chiron, which is your home planet, which is the healer. Venus, which is restoring, giving, and receiving. The Sun, which is love. And Mars, which is action. And then the moon blazes through here and strums us like a harpsichord. So what this ultimately is a huge investment in Virgos getting along with themselves and getting along with others in the future. And as the moon crosses Chiron, that's the healing. Then Venus for Love Fest is really just allowing yourself to receive compassion from your higher self, to be compassionate to yourself. That's the key, really, to healing, is self-compassion. Then the moon crosses over the sun for what we call Lightcast Day. So Lightcast Day is when the sun, the moon, and the earth all line up and basically pull into one constellation. In this case, they're all pulling into Pisces, and what that means is a big emotional gravitational investment in relationships for you. Now, what you want to do on Lightcast Day is fill your heart with love and just allow yourself to feel the relations you want to feel. Imagine the relationship and how relationships will feel, how marriages will feel, how you'll feel with yourself when you make a mistake, not putting yourself down or calling yourself dumb. And just honor that emotional feeling. And what you want to do to receive from the universe is bow in a head of gratitude. When we're grateful for what we have and for what we're about to receive, we're really in the place to receive from the universe. We're not going to muck up the spell when we do that. So try to fill your heart with love and Lightcast on Love Fest Lightcast Day. It's a powerful one this year, this particular year. Whoopsie, wrong place. Here we go. All right, so this brings us now to Tuesday. Cloudy and triggered on Tuesday. The moon will move into Aries, and that pulls emotions into your trust and intimacy issues. So your trust and intimacy are immediately challenged right after Love Fest Lightcast Day, and this is just maybe a challenge of your triggers. Basically, you're going to have to get comfortable with something new. And so your old boundaries will be triggered, but this also could be people stepping over your boundaries and you having to enforce or step up. Either way, you want to respond differently to the day. On top of that, there is a very powerful yod that begins in most of its height of power on Tuesday and continues through the whole week. And this yod basically is God giving us the finger. It's saying, hey, do this and you'll get through this period. What What's it saying? Well, quite frankly, for you to be very focused on your decisions. Once you've made a decision, which is what Jupiter there represents at the bottom, once you have made a decision, you will find that the needs of your inner child are protected, and you'll find that your mind stays in place. It doesn't question. It all harbors around strong decision making. Now here's the thing, the red line between Jupiter and that party in Pisces to the left, that red line are fears coming up between your decisions and your relationships or your marriage. In other words, maybe the way you are in partnerships with yourself is that you're always nitpicking your decisions. And so therefore maybe you're feeling criticized by your partnerships. And see, really what that is a relations problem, not fear between decisions and relationships. Either way, you're working to bring harmony to that, but just focus on the Jupiter, which is make a decision and stick to it. All right. Then on Wednesday, it's cloudy and rather private. You're still feeling rather vulnerable with the moon in Aries, and so you are behind the scenes emotionally and tucked away. Mercury rules the day, so it's a day of analysis, and Mercury is still retrograde till March 18th, and so we're still going back and reconsidering. Right now, you are doing some deep thinking on where you trust yourself or don't trust yourself, and deep thinking on how you relate to yourself. That's probably the hot topic of Wednesday, as you're a bit clouded and shut off. Thursday, it's sunny and still private. Venus rules the day, so you're feeling content. You no longer feel poor about anything. Venus will restore balance and order to the day. Venus will also restore balance and order to your relationships and your marriage if you're having problems still by Thursday with this. And the moon will be in Aries, so it's private for most of the day. But by the end of the day, it moves into Taurus, an earth sign like you, so you'll feel grounded, and emotions will shift to the topic of what you believe and what your theories are in life. So you get theoretical by the end of the day, and actually that's a very comfortable spot, as you know, for the Virgos. Then it comes Friday. Now Friday is going to be a cloudy day. It's an intuitive day. Neptune rules the day, and you are quite pensive. The moon is well into Taurus now, and so you're way into theory. What you're doing is you're looking for emotional purpose, and you're probably adding emotional purpose to the ideas of love, relationships, and marriage, the topic of the month. So there's a point in the day where the moon will oppose Saturn, which means your mind might get into an argument with your own self, a debate with yourself about what you believe or don't believe, or you might debate with someone else, but you're better off just debating with yourself. Either way, that is a period of tension. We'll text you if you're watched over by GA. Then on Saturn Day, actually I think you're feeling pretty sharp. Saturn rules the day, and you are basically in a learning mode, so Saturday will be a day of gobbling up information. You also at this point are going to commit to a direction or a philosophy or a policy in marriage. You'll also be committing to healing a part of yourself in the marriage, and you'll be committing to giving and receiving in partnership. So it's a big commitment day on Saturn for yourself. Don't rely on someone else to commit to you or put this on someone committing to you. This isn't a deadline for the person you're in a relationship with. This is a deadline for how long you tolerate those things within you. Just keeping the focus on you, that's what it's all about. Then on Fun Day, Sunday, it's sunny and inspired. The moon moves into Gemini and pulls emotions into career legacy. It also crosses that yod, you know, that yod that was pointing to be clear on decisions. So emotions cross that clear decision clarity. If you haven't been clear, could be some anxiety on Sunday. If you are clear on your decisions, you'll feel empowered. Now Mars rules the day, which means you're going to want to take action on those relationships, take action on the marriage healing, take action on restoring balance and harmony in your relationship. So you want to take action. Again, if you don't take action, there could be some anxiety on Sunday. All right, let's fly home for the wrap-up. Well, thanks for watching your horoscope. And in closing, I just want to remind you of a couple of points. On the one hand, listen to those little birdies. Listen to that instinct. Neptune is plowing through to open up our psychic awareness, and the ones who will do well are the ones who listen. Mercury is retrograde to the end of this horoscope, which means reconsider, rethink, be open to ideas you're not open to. If you normally listen, speak up. If you normally speak up, listen. And don't forget about that yod with Jupiter. You want to be decisive about the topic I talked about in your horoscope. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to be of soul service. Remember, I am live on Mondays at 12 noon Pacific with my guided hangouts where I go into a deep topic and dive into what we're dealing with on a deeper level. And if you don't know, if you receive GA text and Gmail, I am now emailing much more deep transcripts in the emails, getting deeper on the texts, and forwarding videos that are of importance to you. So if you want to join and be watched over by the Guardian Agency, it's really only 1 penny for the first week. Just come on to gatext.me. All right, folks, I love you so much with full gratitude. Namaste. See you next week.